Hot tag time, everybody. A couple things going on this week that we need to talk about. A couple things we don't really need to talk about, but why not anyway? Great Khali has said both that he is returning to the WWE and that he isn't. And WWE made it clear. They're just like, no. I loved that response. Just, nope, not going to come back. Now he's trying to go with the whole, I don't know, I might be a little bit too busy with my wrestling school. You know, he's got to learn how to wrestle before he starts teaching those kids. So, you guys disappointed that Khali's not coming back, or is this like a thank fucking God moment?
I don't know. I think he's better doing teaching. I heard he's got a really good international.
He does have a good international. It's about the only thing he does have that's good. Any other thoughts on Khali?
He's big, tall, and ugly.
He has a mountain on the middle of his chest.
I'm disappointed that he's not coming back. Wait, that's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, fuck Khali. That's what I meant to say.
I endorse that. WWE is going to be grading their cities based on the drawing power, and they released some of that information. You know, they did the whole ABCD kind of thing, and you would expect to see, you know, the New Yorks and the Philadelphias and stuff like that up higher and all that. Any crazy thoughts you guys have about this?
It'd be great if they gave Daniel Bryan's hometown a B+.
That would be pretty good. And then make it a point to, like, specifically mention that every time that they're there.
I don't know if I buy this. I'm actually going to take a line from Kayfabe News that they have on their website. Shoutouts to Kayfabe News. You know, thanks for the sponsorship. Their headline is WWE assigns a letter grade to every fan based on gullibility.
It would make sense, though, to grade them.
It would make sense to grade them, but they're grading them by capacity. And I don't think that's what they would grade them. If anything, I think they would grade them by how much they liked going there. So, like, a Sioux City, Iowa would get an F.
Yeah. I would think that you'd have to make it a bunch of different things. Like, you go on capacity, how much money you made the last couple times on average, the
fan interaction,
the type of the fans that you've got there, because obviously, you know, if you go to Chicago or something like that, it's going to be crazier fans than if you go to the Sioux Cities. And
It's
like the ease of how you can travel there, like a lot of different factors, I would think. And so they kind of balance out where it would be like, you know, well, this is kind of like a B crowd, but it's an A plus for ease, and we make a lot of money, so that makes it an A minus. Where
if that was the case, then I would be more inclined to believe it. But the report that I read just specified that each letter grade was a range of how many people fit in the arena. And they even like had cities in multiple grades, because sometimes they had different arenas they would go to depending if it was a TV taping or not.
I think it's very smart to actually review all these places. Not so much for house shows, but for television appearances. You've got to make sure your product seems like the hottest shit out there. And if you keep going to the same cities over and over again and you're not getting a reaction and it's making your guys look shitty, then go somewhere else. So I don't know if this is true or not. The ranking system on capacity, I understand they're trying to get money at the gate, but I think when it comes to your live television shows, you've got to rank it on actual performance of your audience, because they're as much a part of the show as anyone else is. I was going to go somewhere else with that, but I forgot, so whatever.
Like Wago was saying, I think, you know, besides capacity, which I'm sure they've already looked at those, that's what they've been looking at forever. You guys are right. You know, they need to base the grading, or have a different kind of grading system based on how hot the crowd is. And I think that's something also that they probably do behind the scenes that they've been doing forever. You know, they plan this out ahead of time. So I don't really see how this is really anything new, other than a new name for something they've always been doing.
Yeah, that's what kind of confused me about this to begin with, because they couldn't have been in operation all this time and just now went like, you know what, we should keep track of this.
I think this is just a news story someone put together, and it sounded believable enough that it caught fire.
Probably.
The thing, see, like, I wouldn't know how you'd rank somewhere like a Madison Square Garden. Your immediate reaction would be to say A, but if you take all, like, the effects into it, as far as, one, they're Smark, so they come off douchey. Then you've got the plus side that they're making, like, they're a hot crowd. But then, like, it's almost impossible to break even for a New York show, so...
Well, if you notice, they almost never bring TV there anymore. Almost always when they go to Madison Square Garden, it's a house show.
Doesn't surprise me. It's very expensive to run shows there, too. I'm surprised they do it at all.
If they do TV in New York, they usually go to Barclays now.
Don't blame them.
What was the reason for that? I don't remember.
Well, it's expensive to do it in MSG, as Wago said. It's a smaller building. Barclays can sit a bit more people in it. It's a newer building with much more high-tech stuff in it. It's nicer. It's easier to get to because it's in Brooklyn and not the middle of Manhattan. So there's a few reasons.
Yeah, if you listen to most of the guys talk who's actually wrestled at Madison Square Garden, they say all the time, they barely break even on those shows. It's normally you do it for publicity more than you do it to actually earn at the gate.
Let's see here. Let's talk about a little bit of TNA.
Do we have to?
Hey, Kaylin, you've not made the TNA noise before.
Which TNA noise are you referring to?
It's gotten really bad. It pretty much started off as just, and now it's just like this, basically comes down to fuck TNA. But we do like talking about how TNA sucks, and that's basically what this comes down to, because TNA never really has any kind of stories unless it's something bad that's going on. But two things are going on with TNA that point how much that company sucks. One thing is that they've got problems with Destination America. Apparently, Destination America is very big on the whole, we're Destination America, so you shouldn't tape outside of America. It's I'm pretty sure the people watching this don't care at all.
It's also why Kurt Angle's their champion.
Not only that, but it's also why they're really big on Taryn, because she looks like the typical American girl kind of thing. Hot blonde, white, that kind of thing. So that's just you guys getting this feeling that Dixie Carter, the whole the southern kind of thing going on, they went to we got to get Destination America, we're gonna get totally behind TNA, and
no, I think they went for whoever was going to be willing to give them a contract.
Well, that's you can factor it into it.
And at this point, TNA is kind of at that point, when you push someone out of the way of a moving bus, you're like, oh my god, I swear I'm your slave for life. That's pretty much what happened there.
I was listening to Chael Sonnen. I was listening to Chael Sonnen's podcast, and they did touch on a lot of this. He had Kurt Angle on at the time, and he said the only reason he beat Bobby Lashley was because Destination America liked the idea of having an Olympic champion.
Mm-hmm. And not a black
guy. You know what? I wouldn't be fucking surprised.
Me neither. What if that was the meetings? They have this big conference table, and
Dixie, they said, Dixie, got a problem.
Yeah, we noticed that your champion, he's how do we say this?
I got this, Bob. He's not white.
They're that's the words. Yeah, those are the ones I was trying to get.
You know what? This is one of those times I'm so glad that Drew isn't here.
It would have been hey guys, racist joke.
We're not racist. We're impersonating the racist people at Destination America.
Right.
Yeah,
Drew,
exactly.
leave a comment below. That's racist. But TNA, as much as they suck, they have actually kind of upgraded in a way because they've lost Taz. Ooh. Taz is gone from TNA. He quit after all those late payments and missing money and all that other kind of stuff. So it's a positive for TNA because they don't have to hear the kind of thing. But it's kind of a negative because that sort of means maybe he'll come back to WWE.
Yeah, he's probably go back down to NXT and commentate there.
It's hey Cole, we got you a new color commentator. It's Taz again.
They better fucking not.
You know what? I'd love them just sticking with Michael Cole again, just as a fuck you to Cole.
The first night back when they did that one shot of all the announcers all sitting there at the commentary table, and you could see Taz just kind of looking around oh my god, it's been a while since I've been in a building with people in it. And then Cole's just sitting there with his fucking face palm, just oh, this fucking guy's back.
I have three thoughts about the Taz situation here with TNA. Number one, Taz is way better in the ring than he is on commentary. Fuck that guy on commentary. Point number two, TNA sucks. And point number three, fuck TNA.
I agree with two of those points. I never thought Taz was that good of a wrestler.
I don't think he's good as a wrestler. I just think he's way worse as a commentator.
Okay, that's fair then.
I actually liked his early SmackDown days with Michael Cole.
Oh, I remember that time he did the suplex, and then the other time he did the suplex. Oh wait, it's Brock Lesnar.
He did a lot of cool suplexes. I don't think we should shit on Taz the wrestler. I think he had a few cool matches.
Taz to me is one of those guys that I never got into ECW, and I heard, Taz is fucking amazing, and I was just kind of like, it's ECW, I don't give a shit.
Okay, I'll say this. He's a solid wrestler, but at the same time, he's nowhere near the fucking hype he's being given.
No,
Oh.
no, not at all.
Well, he was when he was in ECW. Again, remember, big fish, small pond.
He's still small.
Watch some of that best stuff back, even as far as this back when he was doing that stupid, where, was it Tasmaniac?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking, the guy's, it must be, catered to certain people's taste. I don't like him.
Oh my god, I just realized. That's why Taz sounds like that on commentary. That's exactly what the Tasmanian Devil does.
Dude, we've had this realization before. Are you serious?
Am I that out of it today?
Dude,
Yeah,
we talked about this on the show like a year ago.
Wow. All right, I didn't just realize, but wow, I'm realizing it again.
Hey guys, you hear that TNA is going to die in episode 85?
yeah, we fucking missed the boat on that one.
Which
Looks
way
like-
in the boat?
Yeah, damn it, you beat me to it.
I swear to God, I hear boats all the time, and I'm immediately just kind of like, steamboat joke.
Hey,
Why do
there's
we
a
have so many
segue.
boats?
That is a good
There's
segue,
a
actually.
segue there.
That brings us on to Richie Steamboat. He's done with wrestling. Too many injuries. He's not
It's
going to
like,
be able to wrestle
here's
anymore.
a segue. This guy, his back's fucked. He can't work anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks, man. We kind of could have seen this coming. It's been so long since he's wrestled and stuff, but it's different to get that actual kind of confirmation. I was looking forward to him. I didn't really get to see much of his FCW stuff, and I guess now I'm gonna have to go back and check it. But it seemed like he would have been an awesome fit for NXT, and could have been a really good I don't know, at least mid-carder or something in WWE.
I think he could have been a solid mid-carder. Again, I've not seen too much of him like you, but I've seen a few matches, and the fact that he got 4 discs fused and he can't wrestle again is going to fucking suck for him. So I hope WWE might put a hand out to maybe give him a job behind the scenes, but I think he's still young enough to make something of his life outside of pro wrestling.
Just bring him on, tough it up. There you go.
If he's anything, like his dad, he would have fit perfectly into this new NXT generation, being one of those ring general type guys to go in there and just have a clinic with almost anybody you put him out there with. So it's a shame. I mean, I don't know how much like his daddy was. I mean, we could have had a Reed Flair here for all I know, but sad way to go out. Shame it wasn't by his own choice and it had to be something like that.
He always had a very generic look, but at the same time, he was still in the infancy of his career, so could have grown into something.
What I'm worried about is the career of Jerry Santana.
Same guy, right?
I think so. That's why I'm confused.
Can't fucking help yourself, Kenny. Hey, this guy, his back's been fused. Ha!
We're not laughing at that. It's not like we're sitting here making jokes about back injuries.
We're so evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, but not in that way.
At least we don't post mean stuff about people in our Megamaniacs group.
Megger.
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 Mega Maniacs group.
Megger.
Damn it, Megger.
Shut up, allergies boys. Shut up, weed boys. Shut up, girl's name.
Yeah.
Sadly, we have 2 other things about injuries to talk about.
Oh no.
Daniel Bryan is apparently in jeopardy. His injuries are far worse, and, I guess that's what happens when you try to do the whole holistic healing shit instead of, getting surgery and
Oh
everything.
man, it's such bullshit that WWE's not pushing him because they're worried about him getting injured. Oh, fuck, he's injured.
Yeah, basically.
So that kind of begs the question, though. I mean, he's just going to drop the title this week? Or next week? Or when the hell's Extreme Rules? 2 weeks from now.
I don't think he'll fight. I think they'll try to hold off and see how he is first, because I don't think any of this is anything confirmed yet.
You know what actually pisses me off more about this situation than anything? The fact that, if this report's true, John Cena's open challenge was meant to be Daniel Bryan on Raw.
Yeah, that's what I read.
The
Yeah,
fuck?
I
You
can't
want to
believe
give
they
that
would've done
away?
Yeah, I can't believe they would have done that.
I won't be surprised.
I could see them doing that, but having it be like one of those kind of segments where it's a decent match, but Sheamus interrupts it.
Yeah.
Although, didn't they do Shawn Michaels and John Cena from UK, and also CM Punk and John Cena.
They did it the night after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that could have been their big match.
That's what the report said. They wanted to do something special. And don't get me wrong, it would have been fucking awesome, but that's a pay-per-view match. That was your SummerSlam main event. The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
But then again, this is the company that just fucking gave away Miz and Sandow, so...
I enjoyed the Wade Barrett match anyways, what it was. Good match.
That's right, I'm glad they went with Wade Barrett. It was a good choice.
It helps Wade Barrett out.
Mm-hmm. But as far as Daniel Bryan's injury goes, I guess WWE is right. Apparently, they're behind the scenes. They'd know better. So he probably is too weak to carry the company. It sucks that Daniel Bryan's injured. He might just be on a run of bad luck like Mr. Kennedy was for a while. But if you're going to be that injury prone, can't put a belt on you.
You said Kennedy.
Yeah, if he's fucked this bad where they're really concerned about it, take the title off of him and just tell him, like, look, go get the fucking surgery, take a little bit of time off. We've got more than enough people to cover now. I mean, shit, Stardust is looking pretty good. You've got Fandango just recently turned. Yeah, he's not on the same level as Daniel Bryan, but, he could fill in a good spot there. You got the Dean Ambroses and the Luke Harpers and stuff that aren't really doing all that much, so we don't need Daniel Bryan right now. Have him heal up, do that surgery, whatever, come back stronger, and make that, a hell of a rest of the year. Instead of making him, wrestle and fuck himself over.
I almost wish he never came back from his injury the way he did, because I think if he was gone still, Roman Reigns wouldn't have got booed the way he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think they brought him back too early, or at least not at the right time. I mean, it sucks with this whole stop-start thing, especially since he's so hot, he's so talented, he's so over with the crowd, and this injury shit, get him out again, stripping him, if they're going to strip him of the belt again. It's just like the whole 2013, 2014 thing all over again, where he would built up, fighting the Authority, finally won the title, and then, a month later, they stripped him of it? I know this stop-start shit is, I don't know, it's not good.
And that'll just piss the fans off, too, and then they'll think that they're entitled to other shit.
Exactly. I mean, like you guys said, there's plenty of other people to step in there right now, but because he is like the fan favorite, it's really going to leave a void in that area for the time being.
And right now, there's plenty of guys that, I'm going to be blunt, more fucking entertaining than Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I'd have to kind of say that, too.
Daniel Bryan has done everything that he can really do in the company right now. It's cool as shit, no matter when he does it, but I'm ready for something new. I'm done with Daniel Bryan. It was a fun ride, and it's cooled off now. It's time for other guys to step in.
Do I hear a tensai in the background?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Alright, I'm going to mute my microphone and let you guys talk.
It's going to run me over. Fuck.
It was him.
We do have another injury, though. Man, Jey Uso is going to be out for 6 months.
What?
That just sucks for him, man. And it kind of sucks for Jimmy, too, because not only are the tag team division, is that going to suffer, because Usos are clearly one of the top in that, but what are you going to do with Jimmy? Like, it's good that it's, this is sounds kind of mean to say, but it's good that it's Jey that's injured instead of Jimmy, because at least they can do something with Jimmy and Naomi. She just turned heel, maybe Jimmy turns heel. Get something a little bit different. Tries that out singles run a little bit. I actually like Jimmy a lot better than Jey, because I think he's better on the mic and stuff, but man, 6 months, that's a killer, right around this time period, because that period right after WrestleMania where all the people, the Stings and the Triple H's and Undertakers and all that.
This is the time period where you step out if you're going to step out.
And you're just going to miss that entire thing. He's going to come back around the whole Survivor Series time where they've got their ideas that they have to do. There's no time to fuck around with the tag team division then. And clearly he's not going to be built up to a great thing for WrestleMania. This kind of is the worst time for him to get injured.
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, the Usos aren't at a point where they need to step out. They're already probably the most popular tag team in the company for a good while now. this will certainly, I think, have a possibility of being the best thing to ever happen to Jimmy's career. I think exactly what you're saying here with this whole thing with Naomi. I think this is an opportunity that Jimmy needs to take full advantage of these next few months. Honestly, combining these last two topics, turn Jimmy heel, have him beat the shit out of Daniel Bryan, and have him take the Intercontinental title.
Ooh.
I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
Do you see the thing with Jimmy getting some time on his own? He might open up like a whole nother side of him that we never thought he had. He could turn out to be really fucking talented in ways that we didn't imagine, and that'd be great for him.
Strip the vinyl shorts, strip the fucking face paint, and let's see what you got into there.
You see, here's the thing. I hate splitting up tag teams just for the sake of splitting up tag teams, but this is one of those scenarios where this is the perfect chance to test out a guy and see if he's got singles potential.
That is true. You know, that Intercontinental thing, it's a bit of a stretch to go that far, but I would be down for that. I'd be willing to see what he has. I like Jimmy Uso. I think that he's been doing a hell of a job with this tag team division. So, hey, give him an Intercontinental title run. Worst case scenario, it's not that great. You give it to somebody else. It's not the end of the world.
And, you know, they're trying to do this whole thing where they're rebuilding the titles. You're still doing that with John Cena. And you know what? If you do something interesting with the Intercontinental title, you're still building it.
Yeah, and who's to say that Jimmy Uso can't even possibly hold his own in the ring against these kind of guys? They're always booked to lose. You book him stronger, he might look like it.
In the scenario where Jimmy Uso does take the belt, and you have to bring Jey back, you can also do a whole Team Hell No versus the Usos thing. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, injuries always suck, but I think this will actually, like you guys said, it'll give him a chance to sort of shake things up a bit, test out Jimmy as a solo. And when they bring back the Usos together, it'll be refreshing because I think as much as I love the Usos, as much as they're over with the crowd, it's gotten a little bit stale. It's one of those things where they are just, going out there and kind of making other people look good, putting other people over. It's always entertaining, but to me, they got kind of stale over the last, 6 months or so.
And they could always do that whole thing where Jimmy's a total dick for a couple of months. Jey Uso comes back, and it's like, yo, what the hell's wrong with you, man? I leave, and you get all, you go all heel on me, and then there's the big reunion, and then suddenly the Usos are, primed for another tag team title run.
Perfect.
And you can also have Jey switch over to heel with him as well.
Yeah, if they want to just keep the heel thing going on.
Yeah, tease a split, and then, oh no, Jey's a dick too.
I would love that to be the commentary. Michael Cole's like, look at that, those two getting together. Oh, wait a minute, never mind, Jey's a dick. And then his commentary partner Taz is just like, that Jey Uso, tough guy.
When I say fuck, you say you. Fuck you.
Fuck. Alrighty, I think that'll do us in for the hot tags for this week. Tell us what you think about all these different topics that we discussed in the comments below. Particularly what you think that they should do with the whole Jimmy Uso thing. Should he turn heel? Should he stay babyface? Should he go on a singles run? If he goes for a title, should he go for Intercontinental or should he go for the US one? Who knows? But leave those comments below. We're going to take a break with the rest hold, and we're going to come back with our first main event of the night.